All right. My name is Marion Smith, Executive Director of the Victims of Communism Memorial Foundation, and I want to thank you all for coming out on this lovely day as we commemorate all those who have suffered and died at the hands of communist regimes. This is the kickoff of our annual commemoration, and it will include these two panels, reception this evening, and the annual wreath-laying ceremony and roll call of nations tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. At the VOC Memorial, which is 2 blocks away, the corner of Massachusetts and New Jersey Avenues. We are live streaming portions of the commemoration, so we're happy that the audience can be larger online. We appreciate you being here, and as some of you may know, we did have a pretty withering cyber attack in the last week, and knocked our websites down for a few days, and some people had difficulty registering because of that. So you can blame the Chinese, not VOC for that hiccup. About 14 months ago, the United States had a historic shift of policy towards Cuba, and this has caused a sort of misperception among the American public about just what the realities in Cuba are. There is an assumption that because we have changed our approach to Cuba, that they have in some way changed their approach to us or their approach to their own people, how the Communist Party of Cuba, the Castro regime, treats the Cuban people. And this panel will help us to understand what the realities are in Cuba, and we're very honored and happy to have a really phenomenal panel to walk us through the very difficult and grim realities of what life in Cuba is like, not just for people who want to be involved in politics, but for average people who just want to keep their humanity. John Suarez, to my left, is International Secretary of the Cuban Democratic Directorate, and he'll be moderating this panel as well as providing overarching framework for our understanding of Cuba as it is today. So this is really a panel about the last 1 year and about the future. We're also honored to have Julio Schilling, who is an author and director of Patria de Marte, and based in Miami. And we're happy to have Mauricio Claver-Corona, who is the executive director of Cuba Democracy Advocates, and a single-handed fight sometimes to keep sanity in Congress, understanding that the United States is not the problem, and our policy has not been the problem, and normalization, we're all for that, but we need a normal government, a normal country in Cuba to achieve it. Thank you, Mauricio. And then we're very honored to have Miss Sirley Ávila León here with us. Her story is remarkable. She is my hero, and I had the honor to talk with her and really get to know her in Miami a few weeks ago. And her story is just now coming out in the United States about what she has been through. And you'll hear her story today, but we're honored that she is here. And we thank her for helping us understand what role we can play to help her fellow countrymen in Cuba, where she does plan to return. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to John Suarez. The floor is yours.